One of the things that is very evident from reading your bio is that you are very well connected and in many circles considered quite the property influencer. What do you think? I mean, obviously you may agree with this, you may not, but I think many people who know you would agree that you are quite an influencer in the space. What do you think are the kind of key traits for those in the industry who feel that they want to become an influencer or just become, I suppose, known enough to be able to get their message across? What do you kind of think the key traits of those individuals are or need to be?
That's an interesting question. I think, obviously, the first requirement is to really understand the sector and to really be passionate about the sector. And I've been a real estate lawyer for many years, and I've been lucky enough to act for some of the household names and really big personalities in real estate. So I think I do understand the sector. And I think what really started me on the journey to try to influence some of the issues was stepping back from the sector and going to London Business School for a year and doing the Sloan Masters programme, which is effectively an MBA in 1 year rather than 2 years. And I'd always worked in the real estate sector. I didn't know another sector, so I had a completely open mind. And what I realised during that period was I am passionate about real estate sector, and I also realised that the sector is a little bit behind other sectors in terms of things like customer service, brand, all those sorts of issues. The other thing that really struck me at London Business School, which is one of the top business schools in the world, is that there was no interest at all in the property sector. So
interesting. Okay.
Interesting and quite distressing.
Yeah.
And so we would look at change management case studies which involve moving a business to brand new premises, increasing productivity, changing the culture. And if you actually said, well, okay, but who created this? Nobody was remotely interested. So this was both at faculty level and amongst the other students at London Business School. So I came out thinking we need to do something about this. And I started writing for Property Week because I thought this was a good opportunity to write about property industry issues. And I think one of my first columns was headed by the subs Memo to Sir John, because Sir John Ripblatt was the chair of the board of London Business School at the time, and I really felt that we needed to build some bridges between the property sector and the business school. So that started it. So if being an influencer, one of the definitions of being an influencer is being able to generate interest in an issue, and I just felt that it was important to say, look, the property industry is great, but we've got some issues that we need to deal with. So I think I've taken it from there. So there was the opportunity to write, and then social media came along, and obviously that opens up other channels, and I think it's important, because I think it's such a great industry and there are such great opportunities, but I think we need to be able to look at other sectors and learn from other sectors as well.
And obviously your connections allow you to get to know and meet a lot of new people, and maybe those who are considered the up and comers. Is there something you've seen not necessarily in the younger crowd, but just in terms of those emerging brands and personalities in the space? Is there something you've seen that you feel is becoming noticeable of those personalities, that are maybe why they're becoming more influential or why they're becoming more successful in their space? Is there something you've seen that kind of you can connect the dots between them?
Well, one of the really interesting areas is obviously technology, and just looking at, for instance, Fifth Wall VC fund, who invest in tech in the built environment, the way that they are investing in companies, but then bringing them together to actually improve service, improve the way the property industry performs. So, for instance, in the States, they have an interest in a house building company. I think it's called Lennar. They put it together with an online platform so that those houses can be sold online. It's I think the ability to look at what's what's happening, how we could do it better, actually put people together to do it better, is the way things are going to move forward.
So slightly visionary, I suppose.
Yes, I mean, you know, we live in turbulent times.
Yeah.
You know, obviously that can be difficult for some businesses, but it also presents opportunities. So if you can see what the opportunities are and how, you know, if you can be sort of visionary in some way and see how we could actually perform better, rather than saying, well, this is the way we've always done things, so we must continue to do them this way. So I think it is the willingness to try something that's slightly new and different.
I don't know if there is a visionary school as well. I think you've either sometimes got it or you haven't, or unless you really focus on it. It's a difficult one to pick up. Okay, wonderful. Thank you.